Hi everyone, welcome once again to this channel. In this video you're going to watch me on how I was able to make an A6 jotter for a client of mine who invited me for her 65th birthday, but because I couldn't meet up I had to do something special for her. So this is an A6 jotter which I use resin in creating. So watch me as I create this. So in this channel we always share useful information only. I share skills that you can learn and make money from. So that's me putting the major ingredients I need for this tutorial by the side. So you see that those covers you're seeing there that are red and green, they are called resin. These are the major things we need for this particular to achieve this particular thing. So now I need to make sure that I'm well protected. My environment needs to be very safe for me, because as good as resin, it is also bad for your health. It is very dangerous and it is very irritating to the skin and nose. So that was me putting on my hand gloves before doing anything. So like I said before, those cans you're seeing by the side are my resin and my hardener, and I actually use 2:1 for this particular work. What this ratio simply means is that if I'm turning 20 of resin, I'm going to add 10 of hardener to this particular work. And these are my measuring cups, and that's me pouring in the resin into one of the cups. So I have to make sure that it's well measured. So I think I started with about 20, and now that's me trying to add my hardener to it, which is about 10. Remember I said is 2:1, so 20 and 10. That's what I added, and I was mixing. I had to mix there continuously for like 5 minutes and make sure everything is in unison so that it will cure easily. To cure means after you've done everything, the thing came out very strong. It was well good and all of that. So that's me placing my mold by the side. These are the mold that I will use for the A6 size, as you can see. So that is it. Now after doing that, I had to pour them into small measuring cups so that I can do my design the way I want it to be. And so you can see this particular thing I'm pouring in now. I'm going to put the name by the side of this video. Maybe in another video I'm going to take my time to bring out some of these materials and their names. Okay, so I was trying to do a very simple design for her. So that's me putting in my design first, and then before I start pouring my resin, which is mixed with my hardener. So this is the paper I want to use. I already designed this particular picture that is going to be used there. That's me pouring in another material into the resin and the hardener, which I have done, and then I mix together very well to get the colors that I want for this particular project. So at the end I'm going to add my resin. Now this is just me doing something very rough and simple. If I'm going to do a proper one, like from the start, I'm going to take my time to list the materials for you guys. Okay, so I have poured this in and I want to place the paper right inside. So you have to make sure everything is well beaten, and I will still pouring it right here. Now while you are pouring, you have to make sure that the holes are not covered, so that at the end of the day, when your work has finished curing, you can be able to fix your rings into the holes that it is going to produce. So I'm trying to put the picture of the client and then add my resin again. Yeah, this is my resin that has been mixed with hardener, remember. So I'm pouring it in so that it can fit in and adjust very well. All right, so the next thing I want to do, I'm going to add this particular one that was mixed now by the side, because I want it to cure, and one shouldn't be able to just see that I used paper by the side to do this. Now remember, this is just my own thoughts, okay? This is just what I wanted to do. It's not like you must use paper when you're making these things. No, you must not use paper. You can do the resin art and all that, and then maybe use sticker, okay, this transparent sticker to do your write-up. Okay, so in case you don't want to show the person's picture, you can use your transparent sticker to do a simple write-up like that write-up you're seeing there, which is 65th happy birthday. You see, so you can use that for it. So now I was trying to pour the second one, and I think I realized that it wasn't going to be enough. So after pouring, I had to adjust it to fit in well, so I know how many to pour again, the measurement to use for the next one. So I had to pour my hardener on this particular one, which has a picture, so that it can bring out this transparency you're seeing that you saw at the first picture of this video, right? So I had to pour gently, make sure that the holes are not covered, because that's very important. If the holes are covered, you have to find a way to drill them and bring it out. So you can see right now I was bringing out this particular material again. So at the time I was doing this voiceover on this video, it was already over a month, because a lot happened. I was extremely busy. So now this is another mode again that I am using. This particular mode gives you different shapes, either love, circle, any shape at all. It gives it to you. Now this one is also an alphabet shape, so I was going to do a key holder for her so that I can add to the A6 jotter. So these are alphabet shapes that I also poured, and this, what I'm adding now, is called ink. It's an ink, and I had to pour it because I wanted to do a different style of hardener. I didn't want it to be just one style. So after adding, you have to make sure you stir properly, and then you start turning them into the mold. So her name starts with H, which is Helen. So I'm going to do alphabet H, E, L, and then maybe I also did some for my my staffs who were there with me. One of them was doing the recording, and the other one was just by the side picking one or two things for me. So remember, I said you have to make sure that you are properly covered, because as good as resin, it is also very bad and toxic. Okay, it can cause a lot of irritation to your nostril, your skin, if inhaled inappropriately. So behind me, as I was doing my recording, I had my nose covered because I was having direct contact with it. I have my nose covered, and also have my hands covered because I don't want to touch anything that will affect me. Okay, so I had to pour the alphabet. Now you can see I've poured for H, I've poured for E, I've poured for V, I've also poured for M, and then I'm pouring for L now. So these are everything I did, and then by the time I was done with the pouring, you need to allow this thing to stay for like a day or two, depending on how your resin and this thing cured. So now you can see everything came out properly. That's the front, you can see now, and then this is the back. Everything has cured. It is very, very strong, trust me, very, very strong. And then this is the inner leaflet that is going to serve as your writing material. And then I have to now put in the ring that is going to hold the whole work together. Okay, so watch me as I do that. So these things are sold in resin art shops. You can go to resin art shop and you find them to buy. At the time I was looking for the materials to buy last year, 2025, I came across a particular brand on social media, which is I think Lofty Craft, and that was where I went to buy some of these materials. Guys, I spent a lot of money buying these things, so you know that kind of skill that you learn. After learning it, the money you need for the capital is enough for you to actually rent an apartment. Okay, I'm joking, but it was quite a lot of money I spent in buying these materials to practice these things and make sure that I am good at it. Okay, that's one of the things with learning a skill. When you learn a skill, it is very important you practice. It's very important that you are able to get some things to make you be able to um, kind of learn the skill properly. So behind is my son trying to get himself into the camera. I don't know what he's looking for. Show me you're a mother without saying it, right? So that was me fixing it, and when I finally got it, I had to make sure everything was screwed very well, and then voila, that is how we got our A6 jotter using Resin. Guys, I'm so proud of myself. Remember, if you're following me on Facebook, I always talk about exploring things. Okay, Mute is one person that will keep exploring and exploring and exploring until she gets old. I will keep learning skills over and over, and this is the final outcome. So tell me, guys, is this something you would love to learn? And if you would love to, if you want a personal class, you can send me a DM and I'll put you through on how to go about this for a reasonable fee. Trust me, I was so proud. Now there are other things I have done. Maybe I'm going to attach the picture to this particular end of this video, so you see other things I have done before now. That's before I started doing this particular jotter.